Hi, this is Huffington Post's third metric, where we redefine success beyond money and power. Keith Mitchell was a successful NFL linebacker from his time with the New Orleans Saints to his last season with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But his football career ended in 2003 after he suffered a serious back injury. And while he left football, he didn't end his athletic pursuits. He is now a certified yoga teacher. He joins us now to discuss his journey from football player to yogi. Keith Mitchell, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
Man, this is a heck of a story. Not too many football players you meet who end up in this direction. How did this happen for you?
Well, it was very interesting. Being in Jacksonville my last season, suffering the injury that I suffered, it was actually a spinal injury.
Yeah.
My C2 through C4 all fused together. I suffered paralysis for about a 6-month period, and really my rehabilitation was very limited. So meditation was introduced to me, and it changed my whole life.
Wow, I can imagine. I mean, take me to the injury itself. After, when you're laying there on the field, did you know what was going on? Did you have a sense that this was over?
Well, I didn't, actually, and I'd actually never been injured. So, being the linebacker, the alpha male, so to speak, my first notion was, this is embarrassing. Get me out of here.
Wow.
Which is weird in itself. But,
Yeah. You're not thinking about being paralyzed. You're thinking about
exactly.
Shame.
So it's the gladiator mentality. But in my rehabilitation and understanding meditation, it opened my mind to so many dimensions that I haven't. I'm still learning on a daily basis, and it's just really changed my life. I'm so grateful.
How did yoga get introduced to you? Because I can imagine if you're sitting there, you're trying to recover. You were trying to recover use of your body fully. People come to you. I'd be thinking weights. I'd be thinking running. I'd be thinking about physical therapy. I'd be thinking about all the sort of traditional methods of rehabilitation.
Yeah, it's so interesting because having the spinal injury, we had to be very careful. And I had this therapist who basically talked to me about conscious breathing.
Yeah.
And she broke it down like this in the sense of we have 21,000 breaths a day that we take. And each chance we have by taking a breath from a consciousness, we allow ourselves to heal. Breathing from the diaphragm, massaging the organs. And when you connect those two to yoga, it really creates a whole dynamic approach to it, to healing.
Was that a tough sell for you?
Well, when you're on your back, you're open for everything.
That's true too. That's true. 'Cause there was a moment where you were worried you'd never walk again, right?
Exactly. But for whatever reason, my intuition, I grew up in a Christian household. But when I found meditation, when I was on my back in this situation, I realized it to be my hope.
Wow.
I believe, and I hold on to that, and I'm here today.
Wow. Comments coming in from the HuffPost Live community already. Lala Eero says, I love stretching and Pilates. A lot of people think about both of those things as gendered. They think of that stuff that women do. I've been having neck and back problems. Somebody said you should do Pilates. Somebody said you should do yoga. Somebody said you should do meditation. Somebody said you should do breathing. And I was like, I don't know if that's for me. It sound like I'm gonna go lift something.
Yeah, and I understand that. But this is the opportunity I see it, because now I can connect with you and show you how it's helped me. And a lot of times, which we have so many amazing yoga teachers that are women, but a lot of times men, they want that space to feel comfortable. Like, they say, okay, she's a ballerina, she can do this, that, and the other. But to see a male do it, it makes them feel a little bit more safe or easier transition.
For us, for the Seattle Seahawks, I know when Super Bowl 48 and I step into the huddle, I don't look to see if that guy's black, white. I don't look to see if he's Jewish or he's Christian. I just look to make sure that he's on the same page and for one goal, and that goal is to win the Super Bowl. And